Morgan SLV here. Hey, thanks for joining me once again today, guys. Let's go over gold and silver real quick, as usual. Gold today, as of 7/18/2010, is $11.92, down $17 from yesterday. Silver, 17.87, down 46 cents. You know, as you know, I believe yesterday, the day before, we hit around, silver was around 17.50, somewhere in that area. And you know, like I say, I have a few friends that are getting ready to make a buy. And like in my mind, anything under $20-25 an ounce for silver is a gift anyway. So let's move on a little bit. I'm going to kind of go all over the board today. I just was, you know, studying up today and you know, just checking stuff out. Let me tell you what I've come across. I was watching an interview with Jim Ricker and Jim Rickers, I believe, and they said, you know, you're not one of those conspiracy kooks that says that, you know, gold should be trading at, you know, 100 times what it is now, or some fictitious number like that. And he said, look, he said the bottom line is this. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. He said right now gold should be about 5,000 an ounce. He said it was 8th grade math. You take the money supply, use division, and you come out with a number, right? Now, I'm not positive of the date of this, and I'm not really, I don't really want to focus on the date or even exactly what gold was at the time. What I want to focus on is it's 8th grade math, okay? When you inflate the currency supply, gold and silver throughout history have matched the M1, okay? M1 now also includes every time you go to the gas station and pay with your credit card, okay? When you've pumped that 60 bucks worth of gas in your vehicle, until you pay that off, that is also included in M1 according to Mike Maloney, okay? Every time you go out and you know, purchase a new jet ski or whatever, that's also, because that money gets spent into the system. They don't differentiate whether or not you took a loan, you know, 2 or 3 people down the line. That is spent like real cash, okay? So that is part of M1. So what I want to refocus on is it's 8th grade math. This is not rocket science, and that's what, you know, that's what really kind of alarms me when I talk to people and I just see their eyes glaze over. They have no clue as to what I'm talking about. Short little story. Saw a friend of mine last night. You know, when everything started to go sideways in the housing market, his wife is a real estate agent. And, you know, of course things started slowing down for her, but where they started picking up cash was going out here and getting these homes, the homes that were coming up on the market, getting them all rehabbed and ready for sale. So they were kind of, you know, hey, they were hustling and, you know, they were doing well. Well, I haven't seen them in about 12-14 months. And at the time that I saw them 12-14 months ago, I said, look, man, the bad stuff hasn't happened yet. Okay? You know, this was just the pre-game show. Now this is going back now, I'm telling you, about 14 months. Well, I saw them last night. They haven't rehabbed, they haven't cleaned up one property in months. And then I told them last night, I said, now, just so you understand, the bad stuff has not happened yet, right? So, of course, you know me, I'm always an advocate for trying to show people another way. I said, hey, you go on there, you check out Morgan SLV, you check out what I'm doing. I'm getting ready to monetize that. I'm going to show you how to do it if you guys so desire. Go on and check my wife's website out, which is under construction right now, which is Lake Tahoe Vacation-Ideas.com. Go on my son's site, Small Engine Advice for Dummies. Here's the deal, folks. Let's say I'm just, you know, I am the worst internet cyberspace entrepreneur known to man, and I only make 500 bucks a site or 200 bucks a site. But what if I did 10 sites, right? Then what? So at 200 bucks a site times it, that's $2,000 a month coming in, correct? Now, a lot of that money isn't necessarily happening in California. It comes from all over the US and all over the planet. And that's what I'm trying to get across to you guys, as my viewers, is that take a look at it. You know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. I met a guy who's super smart. I'm into drag racing, and one of these times I'm going to put my drag car on here. I'm going to fire it up, and I'm going to do a burnout for about 500 feet. It is a wicked ride. That's what winds my watch. You know, that's where I get my adrenaline rush. I don't kickbox and do martial arts and all that MMA stuff anymore, but I do enjoy drag racing. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't been able to afford to do it like I used to. So the car kind of sits in the garage. But one of these days, I'll fire it up and let you guys check it out. But one of the good things this guy said to me, he's a real good guy. He's got a really trick drag car. It's a Mustang. He said this. He said, Mike, you and I, over the next 5 years, are going to do stuff we never thought we would do for money. Now, he didn't mean illegal things. What he meant is, you know, I'm a tech. I'm an ex-tech, BMW tech. He's an ex-Ford tech. And let me just tell you, he is the tech that I don't know that he would have made the most money at where he was working, but I guarantee you he was probably the smartest tech in the room. You know, go ask so-and-so. This thing's got some kind of an intermittent problem. The reason I'm kind of going off subject here is this, is he's right. I never thought I was going to be online. I got to be honest with you. My idea of, you know, using the computer is hitting, you know, to continue hit the any key. Where's the any key, right? I mean, that cracks me up when I saw Bart Simpson. It was an episode and he's looking for the any key. That was kind of funny. But I'll tell you what, I'm excited about what I'm doing, and I'm excited that I get to share it with people. And like I say, what if I'm just like the worst person in the world and I make a couple $100 a site? I'll do 10 or 20 sites. I mean, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. I've worked hard all my life. Let's get back to what I was talking about. The other thing that I was wanting to get more clear in my mind is SDRs. What are they? They're called special drawing rights. And basically, from what I can tell, I'll give you an example. I was watching Max Kaiser, and he said that in September 2009, SDRs went from $21.4 billion to $204.1 billion. Now, what that tells me is that's part of this whole Ponzi scheme that is the U.S. currency. To me, I don't know that I'm saying that way. What I'm saying is this, is that it's a dishonest system. You know, they're robbing Peter to pay Paul, and as far as I know, Peter doesn't even have the money anyway, right? So they're gonna come up with these SDRs to kind of cover their shortcomings with our currency. It's not a good way to flush out what's going on, right? We need to get back to sound money. We need, as a nation, we need to get back to savings and production. We need the government off our back. We need to shrink government. Government needs to be smaller. Do you realize the average person that works for the government in whatever given chosen field, if you take that same job title and apply it to the private sector, the government guy makes almost about twice what a private sector job does. Okay? That is wrong. How on earth can we afford that? We can't. Right? We just can't. Max Kaiser says this, interest rates will never go higher. Now, of course, he was kind of kidding a little bit, but, you know, if you ever watch Max Kaiser, the guy's pretty sharp. I mean, you know, I don't agree with everything he says, but, man, I mean, the guy's pretty sharp, and he's you know, he's got some tenacity. Interest rates will never go higher because we're going to roll over to a global currency. My question to you is this. One reason they don't want any fanfare, so to speak, for gold and silver is because it competes as a currency. Duh, right? For like the last 5,000 years, right? They don't want anybody jumping ship and go, well, you know what? You guys go ahead and burn up the rest of the dollar because I'm going to go buy a crap load of gold and silver. That's really, I mean, you know, 8th grade schoolyard talk. Yeah, you guys go do that. I'm just going to be an idiot and go buy some gold and silver and just watch. That's really what's going on in my mind. And they absolutely do not want any competition. You know, when it comes to thievery, so to speak, you know, I don't trust the government. I just don't. I never have. When I had my cab company, I used to tell my father over and over and over, we need to learn the game better than them and play it better than them. Do a better job and have better lawyers. You know, get our ducks in a row. That's what I'm telling you. By the way, Peter Schiff, give him a look. Please, give him a look. He could use your help. Make some phone calls for him. I'll tell you what, I get the word out every chance I get about him. Jason Hummel, Robert Kiyosaki, Mike Maloney, DaVinci J15. Those are some of the guys that I kind of look to. There's a couple other sharp guys that I'm going to be researching a little bit more, and if I deem them, you know, Silver Futurist, by the way, has just received teacher status as far as I'm concerned. Silver Futurist, I'd like to tell you hi. Morgan SLV, out.